The rebels who toppled Syrian President Bashar Assad have driven the US-backed Kurdish fighters out of the eastern city of Deir al-Zour, days after government forces abandoned it. Syria's rebel military command posted on Telegram videos showing the military base under the control of the rebels and people on the streets in the city center. The Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces had only held the city for a few days, replacing the Syrian government forces. The Kurds have long counted on US aid in the face of such challenges. Around 900 American troops are in eastern Syria, where they partner with Kurdish forces to prevent an Islamic State resurgence. But the future of that mission will be thrown into doubt under President-elect Donald Trump, who has long been skeptical about US involvement in Syria. A car was torched and houses were graffitied with anti-Israel slogans in Sydney on Wednesday after federal police established a task force to investigate increasing incidents of anti-Semitic crime across Australia. Police said they were searching for two people aged between 15 and 20 years who were suspected behind the attacks in the eastern suburb of Woollera, which has Australia's largest Jewish community. The suspects were seen wearing face coverings and dark clothing, a police statement said. Kelly Sloan, New South Wales local member of parliament, said there was a lot of emotion and anger in the community. Waking up to yet another attack in Woollera after what seems to be a sustained attack by people that are seeking to divide this community and intimidate it. An arson attack on a Melbourne synagogue last week was an escalation in targeted attacks in Australia since the war began between Israel and Hamas last year. Cars and buildings had previously been vandalized and torched around Australia in protests inspired by the war. The blaze at the Adass Israel synagogue was this week declared a terrorist attack, which increases the resources and information available to investigators. Australian Federal Police announced this week the formation of Special Operation Avalite to target anti-Semitism around the country.
My reaction was initially one of anger and being scared, but I'm not going to let that happen. And it's time for us to be able to step up, and our politicians to actually, and police force to do, to really act in the right way and bring the perpetrators of the law to justice. We need to be safe in our country. Australia is known to be welcoming to everyone. I'm a proud Jew, Orthodox Jew, practicing Jew, wear a kippah. I'm not going to let any sort of potential emotion get the better of me, and I will not stop feeling safe in my area, because at the end of the day, if I do not feel safe, then they've won the war, so to speak.
A lot of emotion this morning, a lot of anger in the community, waking up to yet another attack in Wallara after what seems to be a sustained attack by people that are seeking to divide this community and intimidate it. People are upset not just because of what happened last night, but because this is part of a sustained attack on this community. So I've been speaking to people who are very upset, who are in tears, and on the other hand, people who are expressing, white-hot anger that this is allowed to happen in this country, in this neighbourhood, to people who are just trying to get on with their lives peacefully. People are saying the right thing, and words are important, but we need more than words right now. We need concrete action by state and federal governments to nip this in the bud. History shows us that if you walk past this kind of behaviour, if you let it fester, then it becomes, evil breeds, and we can't allow that to happen. People are saying to me, this is not the Australia they grew up in. People in this street have said to me they've never experienced anti-Semitism, but something has changed in the last 18 months. It needs to be addressed.